On this episode of Our Electric Lives, we are continuing our West Coast road trip traveling from Pacifica, California to Monterey. We will be covering our supercharging stats and continuing to show how our Tesla rental is performing. Will we regret renting the Tesla? Will the car continue to have a terrible charging curve? We will continue to cover the rental process and how it's performing throughout this video and future videos in our California series. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a minute of it.
Unfortunately, we missed out on our destination charging at the hotel. We pulled in probably no less than 2 minutes after somebody had just taken and iced us out of last spot to be able to have a cable reach. So the charger was available. I just couldn't get it to the car, the spot that we had. So we did have to stop this morning in Pacifica, maybe 5 minutes away from the hotel to charge up for our first segment here from San Francisco to Monterey Bay, and unfortunately really didn't get great charging speeds there. I was somewhere around 80 to 100. I think maybe we peaked around 110, 115 kilowatts. Thought it was a charger at first, maybe, so I switched, just for good measure. Didn't do any better, and so I, ended up thinking it was just probably cold battery, since it's about 50 degrees, and didn't really have much time to precondition on the way, with it only being 5 minutes away. So we'll see how we do next time we need a supercharger. Hopefully rental car is able to get good charging speeds. That supercharger still, I'm sure it's had a lot of supercharging in its life.
Don't forget to check PlugShare for alternative options when traveling. There was a charger near the aquarium. This was a level 2 charger, and it would have been a great way to get a charge. Unfortunately, the chargers were in use when we looked. We used PlugShare at other points in this trip and even managed to get level 2 charging in Yosemite, but unfortunately, it looks like we will have to supercharge later after visiting the aquarium. After the aquarium, we headed back to the parking garage. We checked out the Steinbeck Memorial and the Cannery Row Monument on the way back. Great tribute to the famous author and a location featured in his stories. We also spotted even more otters in the bay at Bixby Beach. Next, we headed to In-N-Out Burger. As East Coasters, this was our first time. It definitely did not disappoint. Best of all, we were able to eat while getting charged up. We had planned to do Big Sur after the aquarium, but we spent a lot longer at the aquarium than we anticipated, so we decided to do 17-mile drive and save Big Sur for tomorrow. We originally did not plan to do 17-mile drive since you are essentially paying $12.25 to drive through a privately owned and expensive neighborhood just to peek at some coastal views. But we figured sunset along this drive that is supposed to be one of the most beautiful in the world might be worth it, so we gave it a shot. Here is our footage. Let us know down in the comments if you think it was worth it. We drove approximately 140 miles. We normally track this with Tesla Fi, but are unable to track a rental, so this is an estimate. I also only included our charging stats from Monterey for consistency, since we included the Pacifica charger on our first leg of this journey. Altogether, thus far in the first 2 legs of our journey, we traveled approximately 302 miles for a total of 53 minutes at the superchargers and a cost of $34.74. Gas in California averaged $4.62 during this time. An average crossover vehicle gets 26 miles per gallon. If we use that to calculate our gas savings, we saved about $18.92 by driving a Tesla. We are definitely a little bit concerned about the length of time we are spending at the superchargers. Seems to be a little abnormally high, and we will be able to tell on our next leg where the weather is a little bit warmer and we have a warm battery to charge to see if that charging curve can improve.